and gentlemen, we welcome you to Prodigy Racing Network's coverage of the what the fuck of the Budweiser All-Star Series. Something fell, but I'd like to welcome everybody for tuning in. Welcome everybody tuning in to today's race. We hope you are having an absolutely incredible day. I know I am. Old Spice Signature Speedway, or sorry, I keep wanting to say Old Spice Signature Speedway. That's Levi Strauss Signature. I am so sorry. But yeah, let's get into this. There's really not much else to say. If you've played the old NASCAR games from like the mid 2000s, you'll understand exactly what this track is. This is the Old Spice High Endurance Speedway located in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, which I just found out yesterday, by the way. Yeah. If you played the old NASCAR games, then you had a lot of fun racing on this. It's one of my favorite tracks to race on, especially in a modified. This track is a short little road course. Almost reminds me of Sonoma in a lot of ways. Before we take a look at the track map, though, let's take a look at your standings, as we are just about ready to reach the halfway mark of the season. We're only 3 races away from the halfway point of the Budweiser All-Star Series season. I can't believe that we are already through Season 2 almost. But Paul Rivera, with his win in the last round at Indianapolis Raceway Park, he'll take the lead of the point standings, but he'll only have a 10-point advantage over Ryan Hill. Tracy Bennett, however, looking to be further and further out of championship contention as the season progresses. Right now, he's sitting 42 points behind. Tavon Taylor only sitting 46 behind. Miranda Guyan way out of points contention here. She's currently sitting 5th with 91 points back. Nicholas Offelman was the points leader heading into that last race at, I believe it was, I think it was heading into Pikes Peak that he was the points leader. But now he has fallen back to 105 points away from the leader in 6th place in the points. Unless Paul Rivera and Ryan Hill lay an egg in these last couple of races, it's honestly going to probably be between Paul Rivera and Ryan Hill, maybe Tracy Bennett and Tavon Taylor if they can get their stuff together. Alex McCumber, Kevin Wedge, Josiah Smith, and Garrett Rains, not bad. Most of these guys are rookies. Kevin Wedge, Josiah Smith, and Garrett Rains are bearing the rookie stripes this year, but they are unfortunately out of championship contention as of this race. And there's the bridge that, in my opinion, makes this place popular, or makes this place famous, I should have said. But let's take a look at your track map for this race here, as Old Spice Speedway. Anyone will recognize this. The 12 degrees of banking in these corners right here, it will be enough to challenge and even the most experienced of drivers. 800 feet straights here. This track is not very long at all. It's only roughly the same size as tracks such as Charlotte, Atlanta, Kentucky, and a lot and stuff like Las Vegas as well. Maybe Chicagoland. This track is not that big at all. It's one of the fastest road courses you can go around. That is in a stock car calendar. Well, without further ado, that's enough yabbering. Let's take a look at the starting grid presented by Xfinity 10G. Take a look at your fastest drivers for qualifying. Ryan Hill for the first time this season, will actually be starting on pole for today's race. Very surprising that he hasn't gotten a pole sooner. However, it's another Toyota on the inside, as Miranda Guyan, she couldn't get it done at Indianapolis. However, she's looking to keep that top 3 streak going as she starts 2nd. Starting in 3rd, you have Brian Cox, another solid qualifying effort. He has just been one of the greatest qualifiers this season. He starts next to Daniel Van Hewley in 4th place. In fifth place, you have Tavon Taylor from Utah, Alabama, as he starts next to Nicholas Offelman, finally getting some results in qualifying. Sheldon Gatineau, it just seems like when it comes to these road courses, you're just gonna have to watch out for those car racing Fords. These guys are really getting it done here, as Daniel Van Hewley will be starting next to Tracy Bennett. Your points leader and your race winner, Indianapolis, Paul Rivera. Unfortunately, road courses just not really his thing, I guess, but he is qualifying in the 9th position. He'll be starting next to Julian Boone in the 10th position. After that, you have Daytona winner Kevin Wedge as he starts next to Jordan McClure, his highest starting spot of the year. Pasang Chetri, growing up in Bhutan, you'd expect him to do good on the road courses. Hopefully qualifying wasn't an indicator of how he'll do today. He starts next to Morgan Starr, who is getting his highest start of the season. Man, these MPH cars, aside from Brandon Guyan, are not doing well in qualifying. Darren Claw and Alex McCumber, two MPH Motorsports Toyotas, we started next to each other on the mid-pack here. Wow, it seems like this track is really friendly to the back markers. Josiah Smith and his AT&T Ford Mustang starts next to Jake Wild with his highest start of the season. Tyler Bates also gets his highest start of the season as he starts next to Byron Martin. Drew Foster will be starting next to Carter Brown in his Motorcraft Ford. Kyle Diaz, a guy that has just not been able to get the speed out of his Joe Gibbs Toyota so far this season. He'll be starting next to Ryan Apt. Jesus Gonzalez, the road course ringer, hopefully he'll be able to get it done. However, his car has not exactly been the nicest to him. He'll be starting next to Garrett Rains, the lone of the car racing Fords that'll be starting in the back. After that, a massive inverse from his teammate Chase Sawyer in his Peak Ford Mustang. The rookie will be starting next to another rookie, Pascal Daly. And finally, rounding out the back row of the grid in 29th place, you have in the Jack Daniels Ford, Matt Holland. Man, it's unfortunate to see these guys start in the back. And a lot of, like we said earlier, a lot of the back markers you can see toward the front row of the grid. We got even Daniel Van Heuly starting in 4th. Brian Cox in 3rd. Sheldon Gatineau, we normally wouldn't see him up in 7th place. He's starting there today. A lot of these guys, Jordan McClure and Morgan Starr getting their highest starts of the year. So qualifying, this must have been a really quick track for a lot of these drivers. But it's not going to matter because we still have 38 laps to race here at Old Spice Speedway. The command of fire engines here, and Ryan Hill for his first pole position of the year. He really didn't qualify that great in Season 1 either, and that was the season he won the championship by a large margin. Miranda Nagayan, looking for her first win of the season, almost came at Indianapolis. Should have came at Pikes Peak. Or should have came in Milwaukee, I should have said. Had it not been for that blown pit call. Today's broadcast is being broadcast on CBS Sports Network instead of Flow Racing for today. This race and the Sonoma race will be broadcast on CBS, as you can see there. Our 2020, our 20. I'm not going to be able to sell that as a 2022 Dodge, am I? Your 2013 Dodge Charger pace car will be the one starting us off today as it rolls into pit road. Now, keep in mind, this pit road is actually really long. This, if you played the NASCAR games from 2005 onwards or 2004 onwards, you'd know that this pit road is pretty long. These guys are not going to be starting for another corner yet. Hopefully frame rate won't be too much of an issue. It's kind of a detailed racetrack. Green flag in the air here from Old Spice. We're live from Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. Oh, we got a couple people getting mixed up in the back here. And here they are coming toward the bridge. A couple people were trying to go 4 wide in the bridge section here. Daniel Van Heuly holding on, but he's got the 33 of Brian Cox behind him. Tavon Taylor drafting off the 33 here. Brian Cox looking for his highest finish of the season. And we got a lot of people jostling back for position here. This is a really fast racetrack. This is a track that provides a lot of overtaking opportunities if you know how to use them. Morgan Starr, one of the faster cars up there. The rookie stripes drafting in behind the veteran Carter Brown. And that will conclude lap number 1 here at Old Spice Signature Speedway. They're going to do it 37 more times here. Ryan Hill continues to lead the pack. Moran and the guy, and Brian Cox, Daniel Van Hewley, and Tavon Taylor round out the rest of the top 5. You can see Nicholas Uffelman up there, Tracy Bennett, Sheldon Gatineau, the Canadian. And Gatineau with a lot of speed in that number 60 Canadian Tire Ford. That car racing Ford group is doing really well so far in this race, but will they be able to hold on? Gatineau's trying to maneuver his way past the points leader, Paul Rivera. Ryan Hill has led all laps so far today. He'll lead us into lap number 3. Brandon the guy in second place. She's look. We said this 1,000 times. I'm starting to become Rick Allen now with how many times I'm repeating stuff. But she is looking for her first win of the season, her second career victory. She won at Indianapolis Raceway Park in season 1 after fighting desperately the first 3 races to get her first win. Almost came close at Kern County last season. So she should realistically have 3 race wins. Kern County S1, Indianapolis S1, and Milwaukee S2. But she right now only stands at 1. Kind of a low bar to clear, but she is the most successful female driver in the series. Kind of an easy bar to clear considering that she is the only female in the series. Morgan Starr has fallen all the way back. He has kind of just lost a ton of speed. He is currently sitting in the 25th position, about to get overtaken by Pascal Daly here. It's just nothing but rookie stripes in the back here. Tyler Bates being taken up by his teammate Morgan Starr again. Keep in mind that Tyler Bates is only 19 years old. He is a really young driver. Actually, the average age of the Range Racing Chevys is about 19, give or take. Paul Wilson is the youngest in that number 96 camp. He has not started a race yet, but he is 6. When he does start, he will be the youngest starter in Budweiser history at 16 years old. Morgan Starr is a little bit on the older side. He's a little bit on the older side, but he's still relatively young compared to the rest of compared to some of the field here. Actually, I'm going to get off a little bit here and just see real quick. He's actually 35, but he's still a rookie. He's 35 years old, but he's still a rookie. He's racing like an old man, though. Kind of like an old man in traffic. He's just kind of falling off a lot here. Coming into lap number 6 here. About 23 laps to go. Really impressed with how Van Hewley has managed to keep his position here. Looking for his highest finish of Season 2. So is Brian Cox. Miranda Nagaya, and this will not be her highest finish. She's actually finished second once already. Or at least once. I think she's finished second twice. But ever since she's moved over to MPH Motorsports, she did not do well. And I think that's just a flaw of the number 11 Toyota, because we're not seeing Kyle Diaz do very well in that number 11 either. But I think that's just a flaw of that number 11 Joe Gibbs car. She's moved over to MPH alongside Darren Claw and Alex McCumber, and she has done spectacular. She's had a couple of poor finishes, but remember, that finish in Milwaukee was down to her pit strategy. That was most likely not on her. I think that was just a bad call by her crew chief. But she has done well. She's done much better. She's been more consistent ever since she's joined that number 8 team. The 31-year-old out of Tupper Lake, New York. Still trailing in behind Ryan Hill, 18 years old out of Port Huron, Michigan, and the Season 1 champion. Looking for his second championship. Right now, he's 10 points back from Paul Rivera, but Rivera is currently sitting in the 8th position behind Tracy Bennett. So right now, he's looking good on points. Now keep him, he's probably going to get he's definitely going to take the points lead if he wins this race and gets all the bonus points. 120 points versus what I would assume would probably be 75, 70 points for Paul Rivera if the race were to end right now. Keep in mind, fastest lap is going to come into play. Miranda Degayan, currently your Xfinity 10G fastest lap, as she has currently got a 47.122. Right now, Ryan Hill, he's never exactly been the fastest car in the grid. He's always he's not really fast. He's more consistent than anything. Kind of shows in his qualifying speed that he's not really that much of a hot lapper. But I think his finishing ability is just kind of makes up for that. But Miranda Degayan has consistently set fastest laps throughout the course of her career. And right now she is inching closer to that number 20 of Ryan Hill. By the way, yes, the Budweiser All-Star Series does canonically use late model engines. Remind me to switch that out. Tonight, the DualShock Racing Association goes green at about 8 o'clock Eastern. Right here on Prodigy Racing Network. They'll be headed out to Kansas for today's race, by the way. I should probably change the time of that DualShock race, because I have it set to be like 9 o'clock Eastern, but I'm not sure if that's the right call. I know IFAR races at 10:30. That's about as set in stone as a Greek tablet. But Miranda Degayan is still trying to stay on that. Now, just because the track is wide doesn't mean that it's easy to pass here. You can see that there's a lot of flowing corners here. The banking can give you a little bit of a draft advantage here. But aside from that, it can be the two hairpins here at Old Spice are probably your only opportunities to pass, and the little S right there heading out near that hairpin. Just how quickly that this race has gone. We are currently on lap number 11. We've only been racing for 15 minutes according to NR 2003. We've been streaming for 22 minutes, barring the 5-minute stream starting soon thing, and of course the 5 minutes dedicated to our pre-race shenanigans. So realistically, we've been racing for about 11 minutes. So that's impressive that this race is already almost at the halfway mark. Miranda Degayan trying to garner as many points as she can. She will not get the bonus points for the pole position. Right now, she's trying to get the bonus points for the fastest lap. Right now, she's doing really good with that. Brian Cox is close behind her, though. No surprise there. That number 33 car has been pretty quick all day. However, he is losing speed to Daniel Van Hewley in the 61 car. I am not used to saying his name, and I'm not used to seeing his car unless he's being lapped, because this guy has not done well all season. He's actually sitting way back in the standings. And it's just really impressive to see that number 61 car anywhere near the front. Now, during the test race, we did see a caution come out, and that was because of a lap car. So I'm wondering if we're going to see a yellow come out. Ryan Hill is starting to get up to Matt Holland right now, who is currently in last place. Lap number 19. The end of lap 19 will be the halfway mark. A little bit of contact there between Holland and Hill. This is going to make way for Miranda Degayan to possibly make a pass here. Here's the opportunity that Miranda's been waiting for. She's going to try and get to the back bumper of the 20 here. Miranda Degayan coming into that hairpin. And this is a fantastic battle for first between Miranda Degayan and Ryan Hill. Two Toyotas, two completely different cars. But they are both racing hard here as we are currently 5 laps away from the halfway mark. Those 5 bonus points are going to do wonders here for both drivers if they can get it. You might as well, it's kind of like racing for stage points in this series. We do have a battle toward the back here. Lap cars are going to start shaking up that mid-pack now. We're going to start seeing some more battles toward that part of the field here. This is a 3-car battle between Julian Boone, Sheldon Gatineau, and Darren Claw. Claw will put the back bumper to Gatineau. It'll be almost 3 wide, and Darren Claw will go wide, so will Gatineau. This is going to make way for the Ford to make a pass here on the 20th hill. He's got Paul Rivera in his sights. Tyler Bates is holding them up here. And I wonder if the 4 is going to get the draft off the 19, entering the hairpin. It's going to be a massive send here. And the 19 will go to block. Gatineau will try to move the 4 up the racetrack. We are almost there at halfway. 4 laps to go until the bonus points are settled. The gap is closing between Nagayan and Hill, but we're focusing on this battle right now for 9th place. Side by side, entering the S's here is Sheldon Gatineau will stay on the outside. Here comes Darren Claw. He'll make a move on Julian Boone. He's going to be forced all the way to the apron, as Jake Wild will get in between them here. Points leader Paul Rivera trying to hold on to 8th place. Rivera coming through what I like to call the mini Zandvoort because of the banking that leads onto that back straightaway. Oh, we got a car beached. Morgan Starr hard into the wall. Doesn't look like there's a caution. Oh, that is unfortunate for Morgan Starr in the 12. Let's see what happened to him. Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. Oh, yep. That probably had something to do with it. Oh. Daniel Van Healy came in a little too hot. So that wasn't the lap car's fault. That was more or less Daniel Van Healy just coming in way too hot. Let's see what happened. Contact, and it's a miracle the 61 didn't get sent spinning either. All that momentum just rubbed off on the 12. Just spun him around here, entering the hairpin. That's a banked hairpin. It can be kind of difficult to make a move there. And the 12 just washes up on the runoff area. And that is Morgan Starr's day come to a close. Caution is out. So now I have to investigate what the cause of the yellow. I think maybe it was Morgan Starr that brought out the yellow. And the same thing happened at the Bristol race during our resimulation. Thought a caution didn't come out, and it did. When that Danica Patrick spin occurred. Trying to see if there were any other wrecks that may have garnered a yellow. But it doesn't look like it, so I think Morgan Starr has brought out our first yellow of the afternoon. So this will re-rack the field, and this will make things really, really interesting. So we have pit stops here, so let's see what happens. We have our first pit stops of the evening. Don't really have very good views here of pit road, unfortunately. Not really anything we can control. We can see who the first car's out here. Ryan Hill, first one out of pit road. Miranda Nagai, and she's actually going to lose a spot. She's going to lose a couple spots, actually, in pit road. Miranda Nagayan just got screwed in pit road. So that's going to put Brian Cox in second place. Man, Moran and the guy in pit road do not have a good record with each other here. Ryan Hill is going to escape out of pit road. Darren Claw, however, so an MPH Motorsports driver will still be in third, or will still be in the top 3 here. Daniel Van Healy remains in 4th place. Nick Busuffelman in 5th. So that is the Big Sky Racing Chevy there. His teammate Jesus Gonzalez, kind of in a bad situation here. Something's been off with that number 6 car all season. Green flag back in the air here in Old Spice. The halfway bonus did go to Ryan Hill, by the way. So he's already gathered. Actually, so he's led the most laps too. So he's gathered 15 out of 20 possible bonus points. So far, the only driver to get all possible bonus points this season is Paul Rivera. All right, I'm very sorry. We have to take a little bit of a break here. We'll be right back. Sorry about that. We welcome you back to coverage of Budweiser All-Star Series action at Old Spice Speedway. And so far, it's been an absolutely fantastic race. Right there, you're looking at the battle between Pasang Chetri and Ryan App. This is a battle for 20th. Not really used to seeing Pasang Chetri back there so far back, but fortunately, neither Diversity Fords are really doing that well. Do a pretty solid race for position here, and a lot of parts toward the front here. Ryan Hill is running away with the lead, but Brian Cox, who is looking for his highest finish of Season 2, is currently in 2nd place trying to fend off against Darren Claw. Let's see who outbreaks the other here, entering the hairpin. Claw, he's able to get the 33 up the racetrack, but he's still holding on to 2nd. 14 laps to go here in Old Spice. Daniel Van Healy also looking for his highest finish of the season. Nicholas Offelman holding on to his position. That Green Dot Bake Chevrolet doing a really good race so far. He's had a bad past couple of races, just to be blunt. But he is right now trying to rebound here and get his first top 5 in the past 3 races. We also got a battle between Tavon Taylor has some damage to the front of his car, trying to pass the one of Jordan McClure. Doesn't look like it's going to be too fruitful. Jordan McClure looking for one of his highest finishes of the season. Currently, I don't think he's finished inside the top 15 this season. Brian Cox holding hard onto that second place spot. Coming close to the end of the race now. Ryan Hill is losing some time now to the 33 at Cox. Kind of wondering if those... Oh, we got a yellow! Second caution of the race. Who is it? Drew Foster's in the pit road. We'll take a look at him later. And now that the pace car is out, we're going to see what happened to Drew Foster to bring out the second caution of the day. Oh, no. He blew an engine. Oh, he blew his motor entering the S's. I'm wondering if that's what brought out the yellow. It was a stalled car in the S's. Man, a horrendous way to end your race. He shuts the motor off. Caution comes out. Horrible way to end your race. Poor Drew Foster just couldn't catch a break at this track. He did qualified pretty decently, but fortunately that's not going to matter. Pace car will be coming in. Lap number 30 will be the restart point. Pace laps are pretty short here at Old Spice. Doesn't look like anybody really pitted here. So once again, Brian Cox has another opportunity. Ryan Hill will have to defend. Number 56 of Drew Foster out with a header problem. Brian Cox looking for his first career win. A hard career for him so far in his career. He has raced... Oh, a little bit of contact there. Green flag back to the air here at Old Spice. They may have just killed his momentum. On the second restart of the day, Ryan Hill holding on. Here comes Brian Cox to the back end. I just don't know if he has the speed, to be honest with you. Almost three wide back there. Here comes Darren Claw. He's going to make that move on the inside of Brian Cox. Cox staying on the inside. He's got the preferred lane on this corner. And he will do just fine. Now Darren Claw is about to lose his position to Daniel Van Hewley as he tries to make a move on the outside. Claw will keep control of his car here. And we will head into lap 31. 8 laps to go here in Wisconsin. Daniel Van Heuvel trying to make a move on the 7. Darren Claw has a much faster car than Daniel does, but he's going to try and make moves anyway. Claw a little bit loose on the inside there. He'll wash back up the track. A lot of people kind of took that corner a little bit eerie there. 2 teammates battling, Josiah Smith and Julian Boone side by side. 2 of the Tift Racing Fords. And there's Miranda Nagayan. She unfortunately is out of contention here. And Ryan Hill continues to lead here in Old Spice. Oh, we have some damage to Pasong Chetri and Chase Sawyer. Part of me wonders what happened to them. I think maybe they got into it on the restart or something. But something's wrong with the 41 car. So is the 96. No, not the 96. Ryan Apt also has some serious damage. I wonder what happened to these cars, but Ryan Apt probably going to lose that 10th place spot in the standings now. Sheldon Gatno also has a little bit of damage to his front end. So we're seeing some of the cars here are just getting damage out of nowhere. Darren Claw, a little bit tight going through the corner. Daniel Van Heuvel might have his number here. You know, from what we've heard from the drivers, this is a really fun racetrack to go around. Julian Boone does get past Moran and Nagayan. Got a side-by-side battle potentially between Garrett Rains and Carter Brown. I think Brown's got the faster car. He does have some damage to his Motorcraft Ford. So I wonder if that's going to do anything to him here. Right now, Carter Brown's chilling out in 12th place. This is looking to be one of his probably his second high, probably his second or third highest finish of the season. Man, Chase Sawyer has not had a good day. Sorry, being a little bit quiet here. Oh, we do have a battle here between Sheldon Gatno and Jordan McClure. Both of them, I believe, have damage. Nope, McClure doesn't. He's actually in perfect condition right now. McClure on the back bumper of the 60. Three laps to go here at Old Spice. Tavon Taylor right there behind Kevin Wedge, the New Age Motorsports driver. I think Garrett Rains has a little bit of damage to his side. Here comes Tavon Taylor diving down on the bottom, trying to get the position there. 2 laps to go at Old Spice. Right now, Ryan Hill is still trying to defend Brian Cox, who's trying to defend Darren Claw, who's trying to defend Sheldon Gatno. And Claw is just running a really specific line here. He's not gaining any speed, but he's also not really losing anything either. A track that is rife with elevation changes. You expect a lot of these guys to take advantage of it. Darren Claw, an amazing block by Brian Cox, but here comes the 7. 1 lap to go, presented by Budweiser. This is the final lap of the race. Here comes Darren Claw. He'll make a move. Here he comes to the inside, entering the S's. He might not have anything. Brian Cox has the advantage on the inside, now entering the final S. Brian Cox down on the inside. Now here comes, Darren Claw down on the inside through the hairpin. He's got a massive advantage. He'll take it away from Brian Cox. He clears the 33. Ryan Hill walking away with this one. He's going to get his 2nd win of the season if he can just make these couple corners stick for him here. Darren Claw looking for his best finish of the season. Coming out of the final hairpin, Ryan Hill will win his 2nd race of the season here at Old Spice Speedway. Darren Claw 2nd, Brian Cox 3rd, Daniel Van Heuly 4th, and Nicholas Uffelman 5th. Ryan Hill does not get all the bonus points as Miranda Nagayan is your Xfinity 10G fastest lap. So she will get 5 points out of that one. She will need it. She'll probably get, she's going to get the 8th, she's technically going to get 8th place points for that if that's the case. But Ryan Hill will win at Old Spice Speedway. I didn't think he was that great of a road course racer, but I guess I'm wrong. Ryan Hill with his 2nd win of the season and the 5th win of the season for Toyota. Kevin Wedge, Alex McCumber, Ryan Hill, and Paul Rivera have all won for Toyota. This is Joe Gibbs Racing. This is for Joe Gibbs Racing, this is their 3rd win of the season. And this is their 2nd consecutive win. So 5 wins for Toyota, 3 wins for Chevy, 0 wins for Ford. That's how this has worked. Wow. What a race. I honestly can't believe what I just saw there. So let's take a look at your finishing order. Presented by Budweiser. Ryan Hill, Darren Claw, Brian Cox, Daniel Van Heuly, Nicholas Uffelman. Finishing the top 5. Tracy Bennett, Alex McCumber, Paul Rivera, Miranda Nagayan, and Julian Boone round out the top 10. Josiah Smith, Garrett Rains, Tavon Taylor, Carter Brown, Kevin Wedge, Sheldon Gatno, Jordan McClure, Pascal Daly, Kyle Diaz, and Jesus Gonzalez round out the top 20. Chase Sawyer, Pasong Chetri, Ryan Apt, all are the last ones to finish on. Somehow they finish on the lead lap. Chase Sawyer, Pasong Chetri, and Ryan Apt had some serious damage, so it's kind of surprising they finished inside that late lead lap. So good on them. Really good driving there. Byron Martin, Tyler Bates, Jake Wild, Matt Holland, and Morgan Starr finish on 1 or more laps down. Morgan Starr ended up finishing 28th, 3 laps down. He's the last finisher. Unfortunately, Drew Foster retired from the race because of an engine problem. Very unfortunate for him. And unfortunately, Morgan Starr finished 3 laps down. He qualified so well, but he got spun out by just a mixture of the fact that he's racing a Range Racing Chevrolet, which is a pretty crappy team, and the fact that he got spun out by Daniel Van Heuly earlier in the race kind of combined to make his life a living hell in the last half of the race. But really exciting race. We had a total of 2 cautions today. And I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw here. A beautiful, beautiful day here in Wisconsin. And I really had a lot I had a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys, but I had a ton of fun bringing this race to you. Coming up later tonight, the IFAR Premier League is going to be coming to you here on the Prodigy Racing Network as the IFAR Premier League heads to Indianapolis, not the Raceway Park, the Speedway. They'll be heading to Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the IFAR Premier Series, for the IFAR Premier League at Indianapolis. They didn't have a sponsor; they just listed Indianapolis on their spreadsheet. So no, never mind. That's coming up tomorrow. Actually, coming up tonight will be the DualShock Racing Association for the Hollywood Casino 400 at Kansas Speedway. That race will be coming up today at a later day. I'm trying to find the time for you guys. Sorry. Okay, so actually it's coming up at 7:30 Eastern, so we have to get that, I'm going to get that edited real quick. But, yeah, 7:30 Eastern time, that'll be 5:30 my time. That's about 30 minutes past what a normal, that's about 5 minutes past what a normal, sorry, 30 minutes past what a normal race on the stream, or a normal stream on the channel would be, so shouldn't be too off of my schedule today. But anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for watching today's race. We hope you enjoyed it. Check us out here tonight at 7:30 Eastern as the as a DualShock Premier Series. The DualShock Racing Association comes to Kansas Speedway, only on Prodigy Racing Network. And other than that, we'd like to thank everybody for watching today's race, and we will see you later. I just now realized I had the audio turned off this entire time, so you heard my annoying voice instead of the engines. We'll see you guys later.